Yo, what's good, people? Yo, alright, so this is gonna be a different type of video, innit? So I came across this clip, yeah. It was basically, it was a fucked up clip. I'm gonna play it for you guys, innit, yeah? It's quite a bit intense, but I had to do some research on it. So basically, so you're about to hear this little girl on the screen speak, yeah, and what she's gonna say is kind of disturbing. Yeah, it is disturbing. So you see the caption here, yeah, 9-year-old girl exposes her father as a pedo and alleged cult leader in an interview. Experience with torture and the torture of children and rituals. Alright, so what you're about to hear sounds crazy, like really like it's out of this world crazy. However, yeah, everything this interview here that took place in 2014 was an incident where these kids alleged that they were being raped and tortured by their father and their school and in their school and their teachers were involved and certain parents and the headmasters and all of that. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of disturbing info, there's a lot of disturbing things this girl mentions. However, all of this got found out not to be true and it got thrown out of court, and basically they're saying all this little girl's statements was baseless and everything she said is not true, and whoever believes what she says is foolish and is basically foolish and just in the wrong and is perpetuating evilness basically, innit? Yeah, I'm gonna play what this girl says, yeah. And the judge ruled that the mother told her children to lie, and it's the mother and the boyfriend that's really been torturing the children and not the father in the school and all of this stuff. And now apparently the kids are in care, but this was in 2014, so I don't know where the kids are, whatever. So I'm gonna just play the clip and we're gonna watch it together, innit? So there's this little girl, and apparently her little brother's involved as well, innit? Her little brother got allegedly tortured and raped whatsoever, and yeah, let's play it together. Let's just watch it together, innit?
So you live with your mum?
Yes.
And do you ever get to see your dad, do you?
My dad, Ricky.
Ricky, do you ever get to see him?
Every 2 Saturdays, but actually, in fact, he lies to my mum, and he says that he just sees us every 2 Saturdays.
And do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
Orders.
Okay. So do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
No, we see him every single day.
Every single day? And how do you do
school, that? He comes to our school.
Oh, does he? And what does he do at the school?
He does sex to us. He kills babies there.
Right.
We eat babies. We drink their blood.
Okay.
Because
you know what I'm saying? Okay, so just right off the top, bro. Just right off the top. When you hear that, yeah, and the way she says it so casual. She says it so casual, you don't know whether to take her serious or not, to be honest, innit? But I'm gonna rewind that again and play it from the top, cause it sounds a bit crazy, to be honest. You get me? Like, yeah, and you did hear that.
So you live with your mum?
Yes.
And do you ever get to see your dad, do you?
My dad, Ricky.
Ricky, do you ever get to see him?
Every 2 Saturdays, but actually, in fact, he lies to my mum, and he says that he just sees us every 2 Saturdays.
And do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
Orders.
Okay. So do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
No, we see him every single day.
Every single day? And how do you do
school, that? He comes to our school.
Oh, does he? And what does he do at the school?
He does sex to us. He kills babies there.
Right.
We eat babies. We drink their blood.
Okay.
Because this is how we do it. So like on
you see how the Fed interviewing her just said, okay. Well, what do you even say when a child of this age even says that to you? Like, what do you reply? But so far, it sounds mad and it does sound a bit far fetched. And she is speaking a bit casual, innit? But let's go on, innit?
Wednesdays is the most special, busiest day, special
Right.
day.
Okay. We'll take it little bit by little bit. So you say your dad.
Fam, I think I shouldn't even be laughing, but you know when the interviewer, like, when he heard this, like, you heard him straight away. Let's take it bit by bit, because you know in his head he's thinking, fucking no, like, hold on, am I even hearing this right? Like, you drink blood and eat babies, and she is like, she's saying it so calmly, it's a bit crazy.
Comes to your school every day.
Yes.
What does that mean? He comes to your school every day.
So that means he comes, like, whenever we have school on Saturdays, he comes and sees us there.
Whereabouts does he come and see you?
My school, Christchurch Primary School.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's the area we live next to Christchurch Primary School.
Yeah.
Because we live in 5 Patterson Road, and then after he comes to our school.
Okay. So who drops you off at school in the morning?
My mum.
So you get dropped off at school.
Yes.
When you get dropped off at school, what do you do then?
So then they check if the coast is clear, if my mum's not there or anything around the area.
Okay.
So they go, Mr. Morris, the caretaker.
Yeah.
He goes around the school areas and checks if my mum is there or anything, like if the coast is clear.
Right.
And after they call my dad and say that everything's alright, my mum is not there, it's all clear.
How do you know that?
Because they got the number of my dad.
And how do you know that?
Because I heard them talking to my dad. And it was exactly my own dad's voice. Exactly.
So where were you when you heard this caretaker speaking to you then?
Staff room.
Why were you in the staff room?
Because that's where they do sex to me.
So you've got to school.
That's where they do sex to me. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, that just sounds crazy, bro. That just sounds nuts. That's where they do sex to me. What am I listening to right now?
Well, you've got to school. You've got. How did you get to school?
So we just go and buy a car though.
So you go by car with your mum.
Yes.
Get to the school.
Yes.
So you get out of the car.
Yes.
And where'd you go first of all?
So this is where we park, and there's this little path. You go upstairs, and then there's a little path, and then here's our school.
Yeah.
So then you just walk in, but that's where the infants are. But you have to go further along, and that's where the junior, because I'm in junior. So then when you go in the junior, there's downstairs, and then there's a big playground, and then there's this office and the whole school there.
So you go into the school in the infants part, and you walk round to the primary.
Yes, so then at the front, when you just come in the room, there's this an office just at the front. There's a door going in the hallway where we do assembly.
Yeah.
And on the left, you go in, and there's the headmistress office there.
Okay.
And then the staff toilet, and it's just this where the teachers go and do the typing and work.
Yeah.
And there's upstairs there's year 4 and year 5.
Yeah.
And after, just I'm in year 4, so in year 4 there's just there, and then year 5 is there on that side, and the staff room is just at the front of us.
Okay.
So just walk in the staff room.
One thing I will say is this little girl here can definitely articulate herself very well. Very well. For someone that's 9 years old, she speaks very eloquently, and she should be very proud of the way she carries herself and speaks.
And then there's this kitchen, and then there's a sofa, and that's where we do sex.
So why do you go in there first of all? Why don't you just go to class?
We'd go to class sometimes too, yes.
Right, so
we go to class sometimes, yes.
Okay, so you go to class.
Yes.
Okay, and then what happens when you get to
class?
And then
they got this, in my classroom, they got this little door at the back, right at the back of the classroom. They've got a little door and it's just like a tiny little...
So, sorry to cut the video. So what I'm gonna say, so like I said, yeah, the judge threw this out of court, yeah. Said the whole allegation was baseless, but no, like, I don't know, man. She's getting very descriptive. You know what I'm saying? If this is a fabricated story, like this took hours for the mum to proper train her daughter to come up with all of this. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like this, like, just to get them to speak like this and lie, yeah, about this whole story. You probably had to torture them alone just to get them to get it this one point. I don't know, man. It feels a bit. It's the way she's. Alright, let me just play the video.
room. It's all stuffed with sweets, prizes, especially to pay the children with sweets to do sex to them.
Right.
Yeah, so they give sweets as much as they like.
Yeah.
So they give sweets so till they're like full, they're done. So because while they eat the sweets, they do sex to them. So they pay them sweets, and then after they do what they want them to do.
Okay.
Because all the children.
Who? What children? What children?
So there's children from our school, 200 children in our school, but it's not like all.
Okay.
There's 20 special children.
Who are these 20 special children?
There's Millie, she's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell.
Millie Cow?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know, because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Who's they?
The teachers, the parents, the staff.
Every single teacher or specific teachers?
No, the whole school does it. The whole school, and we got our own.
Yeah, the whole school does it, you know. She's very specific. She's like, no, the whole school.
Church.
Yeah.
Too, because they do that, because after, as I said, we kill babies, we drink their blood, we eat them.
Okay.
But then after so the social services who are in it,
yeah.
they go to families, so the families can't afford, so they get a baby but they can't look after it or anything. They can't buy food, or they can't buy clothes, they can't look after it.
See, how does she know this? This like, where did she hear this information? Like that's not something that someone would just write out, tell her like that. Like, it seems a bit iffy. Like, it seems a bit iffy.
So the families who sell their children.
Yeah.
So the social services get them. They say they get them to a foster home, but they don't. They get the babies or the children, and then they get Miss Marden,
yeah,
our nurse in our school. She injects the child or baby in the neck, just here though.
Right. Okay. And how do you know that?
Because I saw her doing it.
How did you see her doing it?
Because I saw her in the staff room. She was getting this. So she got this injection, and she done. So the baby was there. It was just sitting on the table.
Right.
And I was just laughing there. And after she just injected her, and it was it was slowly went to sleep. But not just like a thud. Not like just fell straight away. Because it looked like it was slowly moving down like that.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So then after
so baby's gone to sleep.
Yes, and then after they get put on this bit. They get the baby to hang it upside down.
And how's that hang
yes,
upside
with
down?
the string.
From where?
On the wall, because there's this little like is a screw, and they put a string, it's like a circle string,
yeah,
tie it to the legs, hang it upside down, and then they get the knife they use for cutting the baby's head off. So you know this big ones, like this big Chinese ones,
yeah,
which you chop up coconut and stuff.
Right.
Yes, they get cleavers, aren't they? No.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
You've described it well enough.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So then because our dad, he forces me and Gabriel to do it. But because we can't, we're not strong enough to cut the baby's head off, he does us to hold the knife, and he puts his hand at the top of our hand, and he helps us to cut the baby's head off. Because he's
like, look how casual she's talking about cutting off a baby's head like that. I can see why the judge might have thought this was a lie. You get what I'm saying? Because like the way how casual she's saying like we cut babies' heads off. To be that casual saying it, yeah, it's either one or two things. They've done it so many times that it's just normal to them. Like literally, it's just normal, innit? Or she's lying.
learning, he's teaching me and Gabriel, so when we're older, to do it to our own children and do this kind of stuff to our own children.
Where is it this that happens?
The church, the kitchen in our church.
The kitchen in the church.
Yes, they got.
So
Yes.
right, this string. Tell me about this string.
So it's just like, it's not just like just a thin normal string. It's a bit thick. It's like maybe that thick.
Okay.
And they tie around
Okay.
like in a circle.
Right.
Hang it up on
Where do they tie it to on the baby?
So it's like on legs. So they put the legs
Right.
together, tie it on,
Yeah.
and so it's like one string around and then one string attached,
Yeah.
and it's hanging upside down. They get the knife, but they don't just cut it off absolutely. It's still on. So it's just like the head off, but it's still hanging on.
So okay.
Yes, and then there's a big white bowl on
Yeah.
the floor, and then the blood drips in, and then we pour it in a big silver goblet.
Okay. So where's this white bowl? Where did they get the white bowl from?
They bought the big white bowl
From where?
from there's any shop, any white
And where did they get the bowl? Where did they get the bowl from this time?
any shop like this. So
But you obviously didn't see them get the bowl.
no, I don't know what shop, but I think they went to this what is it?
The way this little girl carries herself is serious. I can't lie. It's like she's very mature for her age.
Okay.
So you have to open, and there's this white bowl and a silver
Okay.
goblet. The things that we use, the plates that we use to eat the baby on, yes. So and they
It just sounds mad when she says eat the babe like, bro.
tell me and Gabriel, but who actually killed the babies was my father. He kills the babies.
Okay. So the baby's hanging up. And
Yes.
you say, how do they hang it up? What do they use? You've got the string on
Yes.
the leg.
Yes.
And then what's it attached to?
No. It's got a screwdriver on the wall.
There's a screwdriver
Yes.
on the wall. Whereabouts
They
on
hang-
the wall?
It's just like a wall. It's not like the same like this room. The door is actually there. That's the kitchen where we actually do that's the
So it's like you see things like this. The door was actually here. It's like the way she's describing things. Yeah, this is why it makes me feel like how can she be making this up? But the way how casually she's talking about it, yeah, it does make me feel the story's a bit fabricated. But at the same time, it does make me feel like is she so desensitized to the whole situation? Like this is just normal for her.
usual kitchen where we usually like.
So you go in,
Yes.
through the door. So
Yes.
where's this screw on the wall?
So it's just like the door. Pretend the door is just there.
Yeah.
It's another kitchen though.
Yeah.
This is the kitchen that we usually use.
Yeah. So how do I know that's a different kitchen? What's different about this kitchen? Where
Because
is
this
it?
is this a different shape and it looks different.
Whereabouts is this kitchen
In our school.
Whereabouts in school?
So it's just like the school, just this normal kitchen school. The kitchen.
Kitchen.
Yes, where they make the school dinners.
So, right, the school canteen
Yes.
kitchen. Okay, so it's in
Yes.
there. So you go in the door.
Yes.
Where's the screw on the wall?
So it's just like that. It's just like this. So here's the door when
Yeah.
you come in, and there's this little screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Well,
Screwdriver.
it's not a screwdriver. A screw.
Right, a screw.
Yes, it's in the wall.
Right.
And but it got space on.
Yeah.
So you have to hang the string on.
Yeah.
But you make sure it's still it's like.
See, I think she's talking about like a hook on the wall, like a fucking, like a coat hanger type thing, and then the strings on it with the baby hanging. That's what it sounds like she's trying to describe to me.
Secure.
Yeah.
So they put because Mr. Morris he works hard. He works with hammers. He works that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he gets this screw in the wall, and then after he hangs it up, he hangs the baby up.
Right. Okay.
And Papa and me.
Yeah.
Either me or Gabriel hold on to the life, but he actually kills the baby because he puts his hand on our hand.
Okay.
So then he says to swing and then just chop off the baby's head off, but like stop straight away, like maybe so like once, so you go like this one, and then just leave a bit of space so it's still on the head, but it's just the blood is dripping in the bowl then. That's how we drain out the blood.
Okay, so you do that, blood's dripping. Does blood not go like everywhere? Or not?
No, we don't make that, we go like this, like we don't just go like smash like that, we go like this, one like not so speedy, just like medium speed, so you just go like that fast, like that, and we make sure it's not like blood spilled everywhere, because we make sure that everything is clean, as much as clean as they can do it, because they clean it after that too.
Okay.
So if this blood is...
You would have to clean it up. Well, they killing babies in the fucking canteen, mate. They better clean that shit up. Like, what is this? Like, is it people? Do you reckon this is fact or fiction? Because this just sounds crazy.
On the floor or something, like that, they wipe it off.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
the blood's in the bowl.
Yes,
and
then after we pour it in the silver goblet.
And where do they get this silver goblet from?
I don't know what shop.
No, but like where it...
Yes, it's with the white bowl in the same cupboard.
In the same cupboard?
Yes.
This wooden cupboard? And
yes.
That's not in this kitchen with the hanging on screw, it's in a different kitchen, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they get the bowl from the other kitchen to that kitchen.
Understood. So where are all the people that work in the canteen then when this is happening?
I don't understand.
Well, there's obviously... If it's a kitchen...
Hey, this girl is like, she's serious, bro. She's very mature, bro.
Yes.
To make, I assume, is it to make all the children's lunches?
Yes, but instead of
people?
making the children lunches, they give baby to the children.
They give baby to the children.
Yes, so they give, like, if they say there's spaghetti bolognese that day, they put a bit of baby meat in all the time.
Bruv, what the fuck? They're putting baby meat in school dinners, bruv. What the? Is this little girl lying, bruv?
And how do they make baby meat to use spaghetti?
Because they cut the baby. Mrs Pauffley, the headmistress, she cuts the baby.
And what about all the bones and that?
Yes, they keep the bones.
Where
But
do they go?
No, I know, but the bones, they don't just like keep them. They make stuff out of them. So they make like statues of the church.
Where are all these statues?
Yes, because they got carving, like there's carving people. They work near Swiss Cottage, somewhere there. That's where they work, in a carving shop. And it's just, and then they tell that there's a man called Felix there, and then he makes this, like, he makes statues of churches. He makes that kind of stuff. Like, so he makes...
Sorry. Can you be quiet, please? We're just doing an interview.
Boy. Yo, people, what do you think of everything she just said? 'Cause that sounds nuts, but I found a police interview of her little brothers, yeah. That one sounds crazy. I'm gonna play a little snippet from the little brothers one, and I'm gonna plug the link in my description where you can watch the full video, the full interview of her little brother explaining the situation. But I'm gonna play a little snippet of the little brother and just listen to this, and then I'll give you my little final thoughts, and then you get me.
Was really drunk of him, and my dad also gives us alcohol.
Right, okay.
And we're not allowed alcohol.
No?
No.
What does it taste like?
And he also gives us red wine, and it tastes like really sour, then it tastes sweet, like kind of sweet, and then it's bitter like that. When you taste wine, it tastes like different.
Okay.
The taste changes. First it's sour, then it gets bitter, gets sour, then like that. Changes
Okay.
taste.
So when you're on,
and he also gives us some white powders to sniff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. There's lots of things you said there.
And my dad also
You heard the fucking police officer. He's like, that's a lot you just said there. Like what the fuck?
Cigarettes.
Okay. There's lots of things you said there.
Yes, and he forces me to smell the cigarettes.
Okay.
And it's really bad. I can have cancer from it.
How do you know that? How do you know you can get cancer from it?
Because my sister told me.
Okay.
What Sophie from my sister's class. She's a really mean girl. She's really mean to me. She's really mean to my sister. And her grandma sat next to a lady. My grandma. Her grandma has a friend, and she was smoking right beside her.
So I definitely advise people to go watch the full interview of this little boy's. I'll just watch this little boy's interview. I'm gonna put the link in the description. And yeah, I would like to know everyone's thoughts on this. So the judge basically ruled out all these allegations, deemed them baseless, basically said they're all trash. My thing is the way how descriptive these kids are, it definitely makes me question it. You can definitely believe there was fed a story. However, at the same time, the way they're describing what happened and their experiences, it sounds pretty crazy. We're hearing they're in care. This is like 5 years later, so we don't know what's going on, where they at. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully we find out the real story in the future. I just hope these kids are well. If their father is guilty of any of these things, then boy, I don't think there's a punishment even strong enough for that. However, let's just hope these kids are cool. Yeah, I think there's an interview of the dad as well. I'll try to find that and put that in the description as well. So yeah, guys, just let me know your thoughts and feelings on this. Is this fake? Is it real? Is there things like this happening across the world that we don't know about? And if there is, why is this going on? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, man, it's definitely food for thought, man. But it's your boy Bobby D. LaFleur, and I'm out.